Good evening, everyone. This is Ben Henderson
and Carlos Godinez
with your nightly eyewitness news on CCB News, your favorite eyewitness news network with everything news.
Finna get newsy up in here.
In tonight's news, we will be reporting on the English Civil War.
One might ask why we're reporting on something that happened 4 centuries ago, but this is actually our first report in our news series where we report on historic events from the past by actually going there.
This series is going to be legend. Wait for it. I hope you're not allergic to dairy, because the next part of that word is dairy. Legendary.
Good one, Ben. We've already made good use of our new time machine by sending our weatherman, Carson, back to the past.
Using this time machine, we will bring history to you and report on historical events.
Like we said, we will be visiting the English Civil War tonight.
And hopefully find our weatherman and friend, Carson.
He better have my $50 from the Super Bowl bet last year.
Dude, we're still rolling. Anyways, we will be back after this commercial on products from that time period to get you started.
You, sir! Do you ever have trouble countering attacks from cavalry?
Come to think of it, I do.
Well, then what you need to do is drop that scrawny little sword and get yourself one of these, a pike.
Thanks, good sir.
Oh no! Please no, good sir! Please no! Please no! Never have trouble with cavalry again.
Get a pike today.
Oh my gosh. What is happening, Ben? I don't understand. This is an incredible feeling.
I guess this is time travel.
What? I don't understand. I hear horses. What is going on?
I think we're almost at the English Civil War.
What? Oh no! Oh no!
Our stop is coming up in a few seconds.
Oh! Here we are, England, winter of 1644.
It is cold. Luckily, there just happens to be some modern winter clothes laying on the ground right here. Let's put these on. Alright, now that we're all bundled up, let's get to news reporting.
The English Civil War lasted from 1642 to 1651, so right now we're actually in the middle of the war.
The war consisted of the Parliamentarians of England, the Royalists of Scotland, and the Confederates in Ireland.
The Civil War was started between Parliament and Charles I over an Irish uprising. Both Parliament and Charles I wanted power, and the people of England supported either the king or Parliament, thus creating a civil war.
The English Civil War actually consisted of two wars. Oliver Cromwell led the parliamentary forces to victory of the First War in 1645 at the Battle of Naseby.
The First War was not over until 1645. It is currently the winter of 1644.
Recently, the Battle of Marston Moor took place. Oliver Cromwell smashed the Royalist forces, and now King Charles I does not have control over the northern part of England. Oh my god. Look. There's Carson!
Guys! Oh, so good.
Obviously, the Battle of Marston Moor just took place, but England is at a temporary time of peace right now. Carson, tell us why.
Well, obviously, as you can see, the weathers out here are horrifying. The roads are covered in ice, these dirt path roads. It is almost impossible for an army of troops to walk along them.
So night has fallen, and we are now outside Oliver Cromwell's battle tent.
After a long series of explanations, he has agreed to an interview.
So here we go.
We're here with our interview with Cromwell.
Of course, sir.
Carlos.
Cromwell.
Good to see you again.
Nice to see you, sir. Thank you for agreeing to this.
Of course.
So, why did you agree to this interview?
Really anything to get the word out for my cause. You know, to get that blasted fool, King Charles I, deposed. thinks he can just rule all of England and just undermine the Parliament whenever he wants.
How do you feel after your victory of Marston Moor?
I feel super confident, proud of my army. They follow orders, they fight well, they have good leadership. We're just one step closer to our goal, and now we have control of the whole northern part of England, and before we know it, I think King Charles will be out of there, and Parliament will have more control than ever.
Sounds pretty good. So how do your men fare right now, specifically compared to that of Charles and the Royalists?
Morale's very high. We've been winning most of our battles against the Royalists. We have suffered casualties, however. Good amount in battle, but greater amount outside of battle due to exposure, because the weather's terrible outside, and disease and injuries and other things like that are just terrible, but it's for a good cause, I think.
So how do you think your next battle in Naseby will go?
Naseby?
Wait.
Cromwell, one of your men is interrupting the interview.
Not only but the king himself.
Charles the First is here. Charles, what is this tomfoolery? How did you get here?
Cromwell, you fool.
Enemies over there!
I got it. I think I got him. There might be more though.
Man, I wish there was a cool and explosive way to take all those guys out at once.
Well, now there is.
Introducing the mortar. This device is easy to maneuver compared to those heavy cannons, and it fires an explosive shell that explodes on impact, hands down the most deadly in our selection. Enemies!
I'll use my musket.
Ha 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 ha!
Oh, did you see that?
After dealing with Cromwell by merely telling him it was a dream and then promptly hitting him in the head with a brick, we have decided to sit down with King Charles. How are you?
Cording.
So how are the war efforts going?
Well, it's interesting to say that I'm about 2 mess-ups away from being executed by my own people. Let's see. And surely, if I am, my son will avenge me and conquer all of Britain.
Well, I meant, how is the war going right now?
Well, as you can see, our efforts have not done so well in the Battle of Marston Moor. But please, I am the king. I never lose. I am always successful in my triumphs.
Of course, sir. Charles, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for talking with us.
No
Good luck with the
problem,
war
sir.
effort. You know, keep your head in the game. Good luck out there.
Wait, but I have so much more to say.
Alright, well, that was about the most I could talk with that guy. The previous footage you just saw was the only footage we could use, actually. He's just an egotistical jerk, as most monarchs are. But let's discuss how the war will go in the future from now on. The First War ended when Oliver Cromwell defeated the forces at the Battle of Naseby in 1645.
There was a second war following the First English Civil War, where the Royalists lost a second time in 1649 at the Battle of Preston. Following the Royalists' second defeat, Charles I was executed.
Charles I did leave England a son named Charles II, and he created an army with the Scottish, forming a second Royalist army. And Oliver Cromwell, angered by this, invades Scotland and conquers the Royalists once again.
Although they were defeated once again, Charles II did manage to rise to the throne in 1660.
And that's a wrap.